John and Ellie, the Barefoot doctors, we lost our new Leopard 50 catamaran to fire, so we began our search for the perfect performance catamaran for sailing us around the world. Because life is better barefoot.
Okay guys, so bureaucratic bull. You don't usually see this sort of stuff, but I'm trying to check out from Greece, and I went along to Customs and Coast Guard 2 days ago to pay my tapai for this month, which is the cruising permit for August, because we've just launched the boat on the 1st of August. So I wanted to just pay the guy in the customs office. That was the 31st of July, but he couldn't take the money because it was the 31st of July, not the 1st of August. So he told me to come back the next day. We launched the boat in the morning. I went down to the customs office and to pay the money. Different guy, and this time he said no. The boat, there is a problem. Dum 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 dum. And under the golden Mediterranean sun, our carefree plans of sailing came to an abrupt halt when we received the grim news from a stone-faced customs official. A sense of unease settled into the pit of my stomach as he informed us of a grave issue with our customs payments. We were in default with 2 months of fees unpaid, and it was a situation that could potentially lead to dire consequences. The official's words weighed heavily on my mind as he elaborated on the gravity of the situation. We had had our boat impounded for much less, and separately we had been fined $15,000 for not having the correct exit stamp on our passport from our previous visit to Indonesia. Fortunately, that fine was reduced to $200 after a lengthy negotiation process, and ironically it was also created by false information from other customs officials. So there was the threat of fining, impounding, or worse yet, confiscation is possible, or even imprisonment should they suspect any deliberate attempt to defraud the systems. Customs violations are a criminal offence that the officials did not take lightly, so we found ourselves at their mercy. The heart of the issue was a seemingly minor detail. 2 months of cruising payments for their tapai or cruising permit had been unpaid as we had left the country, but the boat was still in the water before it was lifted out. We explained that we had followed the instructions given to us by the Coast Guard at that marina, and they assured us that we didn't need to take any further action. Frustration welled up in me, but I kept it completely suppressed as I pleaded with the customs official, attempting to explain our case calmly and respectfully. We had relied on the word of an authority figure in Greece, a fact that should work in our favour. To our dismay, the official's response was blunt and unwavering. The Coast Guard was not the customs, and we should have come to them for guidance. Also, following instructions from one agency did not absolve us from our obligation in any way. The weight of our mistake bore down on me, and I knew there was no escaping the consequences. We would have to bear the penalty dictated by law. I continued earnestly and politely pleading our case and offering my heartfelt apologies, and he stated that despite our predicament, we would still have to pay for the previous 2 months of tapai and a penalty of €390. I would also have to face the judiciary and explain why I breached the law. I was sent upstairs to the more senior officers and had to explain my case, and then had to write an apology letter explaining the whole situation again. The moral of this tumultuous journey became all too clear. I realized the importance of doing our homework and double-checking with the correct authorities regarding the intricate details of check-in and check-out procedures in each port. However, in a rather ironic twist, at the conclusion of this complicated checkout process, we weren't given any port clearance document, and that is typically required for entry into another country. The Greek customs official assured us that it wasn't necessary for Turkey, and this was a peculiar situation where we had to rely on a Greek official about what the Turkish authorities would need for our entry into their country. It all just seems to be the same thing over and over again. However, as they did not give us a port clearance document, we had no option, and we would just have to keep our fingers crossed as we went through Turkish customs. Once the tapai was sorted, immigration and port authority were no trouble at all, and we were finally cleared. Hallelujah. The guy here is now my friend, the guy that gave me the €300 fine. He's from Crete, and he waits in anticipation for the winter season when he goes home to Crete, and he just fishes and eats olives, he says. It's always a little bit anxiety producing because you're never quite sure what the rules are, and officials in many countries are a little bit egotistical. You've got to bow and scrape and be polite, hold your tongue, And when you're not at fault, it's something you have to control yourself. Exciting times. We are starting the engines here at Rhodes Marina to cross over to Turkey.
Have a nice trip.
Thanks very much. We'll see you in 3 months.
See you in 3 months.
Bye.
There's Turkey. So close. There's the entrance to New Marina Roads, Greece. Okay guys, to give you some perspective, that's Greece. Those mountains you can see over there is Turkey. So it's only about 25 miles that we have to sail to get to Turkey. When you're sailing, before you set off, you have to make sure that everything is put away, including the dishes in the sink. And this is one of the chores we just didn't get to do because we're too excited to set sail. So, got to put all those locks on. This is the view you get from Expedition Barefoot as you're sailing along. So we've got about 20 knots of wind out there this morning, as you can see by my hair. And this is the view that we have from Expedition Barefoot inside. So we've got lovely big windows. You can see everything from inside here. I've just got the shades down here just at this one, just because I've got some bread and things like that that I don't want to get too over hot, so that one's not up. And then coming out to the front cockpit, this is an absolute gem. So we often sit out here in the front cockpit because it's shaded and you can see where you're going.
So this is the very first sail of Expedition Barefoot in 2023, so quite a big event for us.
It is.
And Elizabeth is saying she has so much joy in her heart, she's almost crying.
It's
You're rubbing your eyes.
yeah. It's
All runny
a
nose.
very emotional moment to be back on the boat, back together, and being back on the boat, and getting our dream back on track again. You know. Yeah,
But you're crying.
I'm touched. My heart is so full of joy that I'm welling up with tears. So
It's alright. I'm here for you.
I know that's what makes it so special.
Every time you slap my shoulder, the camera wiggles.
I'll just slap your
Problem.
head.
So, you think you'll cope though, honey dear?
I don't know. I'm sure I will. Yeah. No, I've got stingy eyes with sunscreen. It's not a good idea to cry when you've got sunscreen on because it just runs straight into your eyes. What about you? What about
Oh, I'm just happy.
you?
I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be with you. I'm happy to be aboard on our boat. And we have Turkey right there. So we are on our way to check in Turkey. Very exciting. While we're sitting here in the front cockpit of our Leopard 45, we find ourselves reflecting on why we love the front cockpit so much and why it is so valuable. Probably the most obvious benefits of the front cockpit are the easy and fast access to the front of the boat if you need access in a storm or an emergency. In 3 steps from the saloon you can be on the bow, and that brings us to the second benefit, which is obviously increase in safety. You do not have to walk around the side decks to get to the bow, and this saves you all the risk of being outside for all that time. The other benefits are personal ones like sun protection because it's well shaded, And we do sit out in this area a lot when we're at anchor, so this is a very cool and well ventilated area. Even more wonderful is being able to sit here while you're on watch, because you have such an excellent view out the front, and in hot climates it is a cool and comfortable place to be. The other benefit, of course, is having a daybed in this area, and the cockpit on the Leopard 45 are only singles on each side, but the Leopard 50 has a double daybed on the starboard side, so this is really nice. Another huge benefit is that the large opening door leading from the front cockpit ventilates the boat really well and keeps everything cool. This is always going to produce much better ventilation than opening windows, even if you're opening the windows fully. So an opening door like this will always create better ventilation through your saloon. The common concern, of course, with the front door is that will it hold up in bad weather? This is rated as a watertight hatch. There are 3 pressurized handles and the glass is very thick. We have never had any problems with leaking of these doors on the 3 boats we've handled over long distances and in bad conditions. In reality, if the waves were strong enough to break this door, then the other windows that you would have had in this place would probably be breaking as well. So now let's look at the Portofino 52. So we're going to have our daybed on the port side, and this will be wide enough for both Ellie and I to lounge in the daytime. There will be a removable sail cover, so this will also give us shade when we want it, but also because it can be removed, reduces the windage that you would get from storms that would be created by the Leopard's overhang. Obviously, another big discussion point is whether to have all your sailing lines leading to the front cockpit and managing them all from this point. But that is a much bigger discussion, and that is something we will discuss in future videos.
This will dry up, but the absolutely brilliant thing about having a front cockpit is in the middle of a storm, when the lightning's actually above us, crashing down and you know, lightning all around us, we came inside to go out to the front. We didn't have to go around the side deck, but I could actually pick up the anchor and deal with the front by just going through the door here. So I could work the anchor from here, pulling up this, grabbing the thing and pulling it up from relatively safety protected in here. I mean, sure, I could still get struck by lightning, but it was as safe as you could possibly be, rather than be right out front in a boat without protection, and lightning was absolutely smashing down all around us. It was crazy.
The bottom line though is, for a cruising boat for us, I would never want to sail without a front cockpit. Once you've experienced living in a boat with a front cockpit like this, it really does change your perception and you never want to go back.
See you later. Let's enjoy the moment.
So I've sent Elizabeth off to do the jobs. I'm skippering. No, I'm not. I'm actually doing it too. It's quite interesting because it comes up really fast, looking really good, you know, a bit of detergent and water, and the stainless comes shiny and like 90% clean. Then of course we've got to go over it with vinegar later to get rid of the rust. But look at that. It's just with a couple of brushes with that wet cloth and detergent. So dull. Look at that. 2 wipes and it looks dramatically better.
So what you got there?
The boxing kangaroo.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. Maybe not so young.
Free, we're free. John's now put the fenders out, ready to dock. And then we'll be meted by our agent, and he'll help us with the paperwork. Guys, so this is Marmaris, town of Marmaris. See ya. Good luck. Great. We've done it, guys. We are now in Turkey. We have dropped the pick and we've had our first swim in Turkish waters. Very excited. We've now had a passage Jägermeister, which I'm feeling a bit about. We are here. We are in Turkey, guys. Pretty damn excited. We are back. Yay. Anyway, guys, we want to share this moment with you because we are pretty excited about finally being back and doing the things we love to do together.
Okay.
Last week, we promised to share the real beauty of Turkey. You may be surprised it offers so much more than what people think. So let's embark to this enchanting landscape of Turkey and what you can experience while you are here. When we think of Turkey, we might envision a place where East meets West, a land of ancient history, captivating culture, and endless mysteries. Yet, the true essence of Turkey often escapes our grasps until we set foot on its turquoise coast. The spectacle that unfolds before us is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Crystal clear waters beckon us to explore deeper, leading us to places like Cleopatra's Spa Hammam, where the ancient ruins and the allure of this historical site intertwine seamlessly with the surroundings of nature. Let's begin our adventure along the turquoise coast. We meet remnants of ancient civilizations, the ruins that tell stories of empires long past, and juxtaposition against the stunning coastline invokes a sense of wonder. Carved rock tombs seem to emerge from the sea itself, introduces us to the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. The ruins scattered along the coastline serve as a testament of Turkey's rich history. And then there's spectacular Ölüdeniz, with its pristine beaches and its opportunity to paraglide over its breathtaking landscape is a reminder of the natural beauty that often surpasses our imaginations. The towering forts and the sarcophagi, the underwater cities and fallen ruins, overwhelm one's curiosity. And then there's Pamukkale with its white terraces and its cascading pools of white travertine formed over the millennium that offers a surreal bathing experience. And then there's Cappadocia, where you can rise above it all in a hot air balloon, and as you float through the sky, you'll witness a landscape of giant gorges and stunning waterfalls that couldn't be further from your original notion of Turkey. But it's not just the landscapes, it's the culinary delights that await you. Dining on traditional Turkish cuisine, rich in flavour and history, and that will be a journey in itself. In conclusion, the impressions we have of Turkey is often limited by our preconceptions. But once we set sail along the turquoise coast, a world of enchantment opens up. Natural wonders of Pamukkale and Cappadocia, the cuisine that tantalises our taste buds, all of it unveils a Turkey that is a wonder and beauty defying any preconceived notions, that has so much more to offer than meets the eye. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you like what we do, show us the love and hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on your regular fix. Then kick off your shoes and you can come barefoot with us.